Light in me honors the light in you, beautiful ladies. I'm so excited to be here with you all. And I want to thank again Yolanda. And as she said, we just hit it off as soon as we started talking. And I love her energy. And then when I found out that she has a wine shop, wine is my second name. So I want to check out her wine shop. But again, it's just an honor to be here with you all. And I always have to start out when I share that I am not a doctor and I am not what the Western world says is a nutritionist. I am a raw food nutritionist. And what I've learned, my certifications and my life journey has made me feel confident in what I share with others. And I also want to say I'm not the food police. So I don't want you to feel like you have to feel guilty because, whatever your eating lifestyle is, I really believe that people have to find what works for them. For me, it is the plant-based lifestyle or the vegan lifestyle. A lot of times when I say vegan or you hear people say vegan, that immediately causes people to put up a guard and they'll say, oh, I don't know if I could ever do that or whatever. So I like to say plant-based diet or plant-based lifestyle. So what I want to talk about is actually 10 keys to a healthy body. But before I get to that, I just wanted to share a little bit about my journey. People always wonder, well, Adrienne, how on earth did you get on this journey? My late husband, Pastor Warren Chavers, who was my greatest cheerleader, I believe love never dies, so I know he's right here with me. He is the one who encouraged me because I love to cook. And so he started saying, Adrienne, why don't you do something with that? But again, back then I was with the standard American diet. So I'm trying to figure out, oh, how can I do this? So I'm power walking in the park. This was in the year 2000. And I remember the exact corner I was rounding in the park. And the Lord spoke to my heart, Adrienne, what are the first four letters in healthy? And I said, heal. And then the next thought that came was, what are the first three letters in diet? And I said, die. And then I was made to know that I was to start to share with people about taking care of their bodies, eating healthy. First thing I said is, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a dietitian, I can't do this. And I fought this. I fought this great commission, as I would say. I fought it for about 6 years. And finally, I just got tired of just wrestling, with God. And I said, okay, I'll do this. So I went to Hallelujah Acres, which is in Shelby, North Carolina. Dr. George Malcolmus, he actually founded Hallelujah Acres. And what they believe in is the 80-20 eating lifestyle, where you eat 80% raw, 20% cooked. And what that really means is you're just eating one cooked meal a day, but it's totally vegan. So I studied with them and got a certification. And then I went to IKEA online school and studied with them, and then with Karen, as Yolanda said. So I really wanted to get some information, under my belt so I would feel confident. And so that's how my journey started. So what I didn't realize was learning how to eat healthy was really going to be instrumental in helping to take care of my husband and my mother. My mother passed away 3 years ago from heart disease and diabetes, kidney failure. Everything that my mother had was diet related, which lets you know that when we control what we put in our mouth, if we take care of the temple, the body, then we can live a life that is healthy. And you're not dependent on medications, because I thank God for doctors. I do. I thank God for the medical profession. But I do know that our bodies can heal itself. Your immune system, which is in your gut, 80% of your immune system is in your gut. So that means if you're putting good stuff in the stomach, in the gut, then your body is able to take care of itself and heal itself. So with that being said, I just want to talk a little bit about 10 keys to a healthy body. And one of the first keys is what I love to do is to cook or uncook raw. It's so important to have living food in your body. There's an old saying that says, eat live food and live, eat dead food, which is cooked food and die. Well, that's kind of extreme, but you kind of get what I'm saying. Live food has been put on this planet for us, and they want to serve us. They want to do what they were created to do, which was to put the nutrition and the enzymes and everything into our bodies. So it's so important when we talk about the fresh vegetables, the carrots, the leafy greens, foods that are in their rawest state is so good for us. And there is a way to uncook. And actually, on my Facebook page, it's under Raw Chef Adrian. I put a lot of pictures of different things that I create. And trust and believe, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And that's what I really want people to understand. It's not hard to uncook. It really isn't. So living foods are so important, and they have the healthy fats that are in the living foods. An example, this is my first meal of the day, and I don't eat before noon because I believe in breaking that fast or breakfast. So in the morning, I'll have my 3 glasses of lukewarm water. Sometimes I'll put lemon in it, sometimes I won't. And then I'll have herbal teas. And then at lunchtime, it's normally a raw smoothie. Now, what's in this smoothie today? I have an avocado, which is a healthy fat. I have frozen strawberries, pea protein, PEA, pea protein. I have a burro banana. And a burro banana is that small banana. It's like red, and shake your head if you know what I'm talking about. That is the original banana, okay? So it has burro banana in this. It has a little bit of sea moss in it, Jamaican sea moss, and water. What else did I put in this? I think that's it. And I put it in my Vitamix, which is the Cadillac of blenders. A Vitamix will blend steel, literally, because I've dropped silverware and stuff in it and it started blending it. So anyway, this is my first meal of the day, and this is 4 glasses. So this really fills me up. So again, living foods, raw foods, it's so important to get that into our bodies. And when we're cooking food all the time, we're destroying the enzymes, we're destroying the proteins, the fats become carcinogenic or become cancerous. The vitamins and minerals are less available, and the water is eliminated. So when you're cooking your foods, you're essentially not getting what you need for your body. Now, there are some vegetables that they're better when they are steamed, like carrots. Carrots have a lot of beta carotene in it, and so if you steam them just a little bit, it releases that. So there are a few vegetables, if you just steam them lightly, it's good for you. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about meat. I'm still on the first key to a healthy body, which is living foods, but I gotta go there with meat. Again, I'm not the food police, but there are so many videos and documentaries on meat, and sometimes I think it's just, some of them are just want to scare you, and that's not what I'm trying to do, because you have to make a decision for what works for you. But a lot of the meats that we find, they have the growth hormones in them. And then a lot of the animals, they're raised in these factories, for example, a chicken factory, and they're so close together and they're sick, and animals know when they're going to die, okay? And so that adrenaline rushes through them, and they're upset and they're crying, and all of that adrenaline and their hormones and everything, we're eating that. So a lot of times we wonder when our children, ADD, and a lot of things that are going on with our kids, it's what they're eating. Our female children, they're starting their menstrual cycles earlier. Who starts at 8 years old? I didn't start till I was 16. I was kind of late, but it's because of the growth hormones and everything that are in the foods and the meats. So I encourage you, if you're going to eat meat, to find happy cows and happy chickens and happy pigs, meaning grass fed, uh, on a farm where they're raised in love. And then when they do go to slaughter, it's not as traumatic for them. And a lot of the farms, if you have farms around you or near you that you can actually go to the cattle farm or whatever and see how they're raised, you know, and there's one not too far from me outside of Hartville that I know that they care for their animals, and they in the most humane way slaughter them for food. So that's so important if you're going to eat meat. Something else when it comes to the foods is you want to limit your salt intake. I use sea salt. I use Himalayan sea salt. It doesn't have all the iodine in it. And yes, you do need iodine in your lifestyle. I don't like to say diet. So a lot of times I'll use kelp, K-E-L-P, or dulse, D-U-L-C-E. That's got good iodine in it. And when I'm making dishes that I want like a fish taste to it, I'll use those. But I use Himalayan sea salt. And even with that, it's very potent. So I use just a little bit. So you want to really limit your salt intake because that'll cause us to retain water, you know, we swell up, things like that. Sugar is not your friend. That's another thing I try to tell people to, if you can, get sugar out of your diet. Sugar is more addicting than heroin, okay? And sugar is put in just about all of our foods. And so if you're going to use sugar, use a healthy sugar. I use Marjool dates, Marjool dates. If I'm making a cake or a cheesecake or whatever, that gives it that sweet sugary taste, or I'll even put that in my smoothies. There is date sugar, D-A-T-E, date sugar, which is a good sugar. There's agave, A-G-A-V-E, I believe that's how you spell it. That's a low glycemic on the index. It's low glycemic. That's something else that's really good to use. But white sugar is so dangerous, and protein found in meat and white sugar can lead to cancer. Um, Cancer feeds on sugar and protein. So whenever I have people come to me and they're battling cancer, I say the first thing you got to do is come off of the protein, meaning the meats, come off the sugar, eat and think green. I encourage them to do green smoothies, eat a lot of raw green salads, your kales, your collards, your spinach, all of those. The phytonutrients in that is so good for you when you're battling a serious illness. But coming off the sugar and the meats, I promise you, if you want to release weight, those are two things that you need to do. And I say release weight, I don't say lose, because when you lose something, you want to find it. If you lose your keys, you lose your wallet, you want to find that. You want to take control of your lifestyle. So I say, if you're in a position where you want to release weight, you're the one saying, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to set my mind to do this. And something else that I encourage my clients when it comes to weight release, and I'm still talking about the 10 keys. Let's say you want to release 30 pounds. Then I encourage my clients to get a really nice large mason jar, clear mason jar, find some rocks and put them in. Let's say you want to lose 30 pounds, put 30 rocks in there. And then for every pound that you release, and maybe you're weighing yourself once a month, once a week rather, you release 3 pounds. Take 3 of those rocks out, go out on your deck or in the yard or whatever, and throw that rock and say, I released it. I'm not taking it back. Now make sure you don't throw it and hit your neighbor's window or whatever, but throw that rock and you're releasing it. You're in control. And then for those 3 pounds that you released that week, go get some of the prettiest crystals that you can find, or maybe if you go to the craft store and get some of those little cheap, colorful crystals, plastic crystals, and put those in the jar, and that will remind you that I released those 3 pounds. And the more you release, the more that jar will become so beautiful with those crystals. But it's a motivational tool. Okay, so living foods, you really need that. You also need to limit your milk and cheese intake. Cows feed their babies milk. We're not calves, so we don't need to be drinking that milk. There are other milks that you can drink. You can drink cashew milk. You can drink walnut milk. You can drink what's another one? Any type of nut you can make a milk out of. And I'm going to give you a real easy recipe. Take 2 cups of cashews and soak them for about 2 hours. Okay, drain them, put them in a mixer, in a blender. I'm sorry. Put maybe about 2.5 cups of water in there, a little bit of agave sweetener, and that just depends on how sweet you want your milk, and a little bit of sea salt. Or if you don't want to use the agave, get about 5 marjoule dates, put that in there, blend it. And again, it depends on how thick you want your milk, but blend that baby up and you've got milk. You've got raw cashew milk. Now, a lot of people, they will strain their milk. I don't. I just take it to the head, as they say. I just drink the whole thing. But you can use that with your cereals. You can use that in place of if you're making mac and cheese, which I have another recipe for cheese, but can't get into that right now. But anyway, we have to limit our cheese and our milk intake. Okay? So you really, number one, you really need to get those live foods in your body to heal that gut, because your body was created to take care of you. Number two, the second key to a healthy body is cleansing. Our body has an incredible elimination system, and one of those elimination systems is the lungs. Okay, the lungs exchanges over 12,000 quarts of air every day, so it's important to deep breathe. And yes, when you're breathing deeply, you're cleansing your body. You're getting those toxins and things out of your body. Your skin is the largest organ on your body, and it's important to cleanse the skin. And if you are not sweating, a lot of ladies say, oh, well, I don't sweat. Well, that's not good. You need to sweat because you got to get those toxins out of your body. And another thing that I am a stickler to, when it comes to putting things on my body, if I can't eat it, it doesn't go on my body. An example, I use olive oil or coconut oil on my body as far as something to keep me from being dry. And there's a lot of organic skincare out there that is edible, okay? You can make your own nice scent of oils. You can take some coconut oil and put a little bit of lavender in it, or put a little bit of lemon in it, and mix it up, and it's a beautiful scent. It just depends on the type of scent that you want. And you can eat it, okay? So if I can't eat it, it doesn't go on my body. And if anybody out there, sells Mary Kay or whatever, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to, say that's wrong, but that's just me. The skin needs to be cleansed. The lungs helps the inside of the body to cleanse. Our colon and our kidneys, we need to drink a lot of water so that the kidneys can flush out toxins. And this is going to get a little graphic, but if you're not having a bowel movement 2 to 3 times a day, then you're very toxic, okay? If you're eating a plant-based diet, after you eat a meal, you should be going to the bathroom within about an hour or so. If you're going to the bathroom once every other day or whatever, your body, your system is very toxic, and you're setting yourself up for serious illness. Look at it this way: if take a piece of steak, raw steak, put it on the stove, turn up the heat in your house to about 80 something degrees. Let that meat sit there for about 3 days. Your whole house is going to smell horrible. When you're not eliminating and you're eating that meat and cheese and all that is sitting in your system, that's what's going on. Your system is, when you have a bowel movement, it smells horrible. You got to get the spray and everything. That's because you're very toxic. So you should be having 2 to 3 bowel movements a day. So number one, live food. Number two, cleansing. Number three, again, the pure air. It's important to inhale and exhale pure air. And I want to do just a really quick exercise with you. I want you to take your hand and put it on one hand, put it on your chest, and just notice your breathing for just a second. You're breathing up here, all right? And we should be breathing from the diaphragm. When we're first born and the doctor smacks the butt or whatever, and you take that first deep breath, you're breathing from the diaphragm, and that's how most babies breathe. So you have one hand here. I want you to put one hand on your stomach right around where your belly button is. And I want you to inhale and push out your stomach. So inhale, push. Exhale, pull the stomach in. Again, inhale, push. Exhale, pull the stomach in. Okay, that is correct breathing. Your lungs are filling up. And a lot of times when we start breathing like this, we get a little lightheaded because we're not used to breathing the right way. We're used to shallow breathing. So when you think about it, breathe from the gut. So you need pure air. That's number three. Number four, tip to a healthy body is exercise. And I've got an exercise for you ladies that you will love. It's called rebounding. I don't know if you all have heard about that. And I'm a certified reboundologist. All that means is I know how to jump on a trampoline and teach you how to do it. What you have is, it's a mini trampoline. And you can buy them, at Dick's Sporting Good or Target or whatever. But this trampoline, it helps you to get a lymphatic flush. Your lymph glands is where all of the gunk in your body goes. And if you are not getting those lymph glands moving in and out like that, then the toxins are going to stay in your body. So if you get on a mini trampoline and you do a gentle health bounce, and you're just bouncing like this, just for 2 minutes, you're going to get a full lymphatic flush, and the fluid is going to come out through your sweating, through your urine, and through your breathing. Now, with the mini trampoline, check this out. I just love it. If you jog on a mini trampoline for 10 minutes, that's like jogging on the road for 30, okay? And you don't have the shock to your joints. And so what I do, I get on my mini rebounder, I get in front of the TV, and whatever my favorite movie is, and I just start jogging, or I'm jumping around or whatever, because we were born to bounce. We were bouncing in our mother's wombs, okay? So that is one of the easiest exercises, one of the most healthiest ones for you. And also, if you don't want to rebound, if you're walking, and they call it power walking, and you're swinging your arms, you're also getting a lymphatic flush. And that's really important. I believe in, I know we want to, build muscle and tone and do all that stuff. But again, if you're not getting that lymph fluid moving through your body, then you're remaining toxic. So you can exercise 20 minutes a day, okay? 10 minutes, 30 minutes on like jogging. I love it. I love it, okay? So number 4 is exercise. Number 5 is water and sunshine. And there is a saying that says the solution to pollution is dilution. You really need to drink the water. People say, oh, you need to drink 8 to 10 glasses a day. Well, I beg to differ. You need to drink half your body weight in water daily. And I'm not talking about this water with all of the, I can't think of the name of it when you go to the store and you get these fruit flavored waters and whatever. No, get some spring water, okay? And you can put fruit in it. You can put a really good one to put in it is cucumber. Just slice up some cucumbers and put in it. Put some fruit in it and drink it during the day, but you really need the water and you need the sunshine. We need the vitamin D. I make it a habit every day. I don't care how cold it is or if it's raining or whatever. I'm either on my deck for about 10 minutes or walking outside or whatever, but I'm getting that sunshine. And even on a cloudy day, the sun is still shining, okay? Even on a cloudy day, the sun is still shining. Okay, that was kind of corny, but it's true. So you can still get that vitamin D. So that is so important. Water and sunshine. And I hope I'm not going too fast for you. But sunshine, it helps to lower our blood pressure. It helps to lower our blood sugar. Sunshine increases our cardiac output and stress tolerance. And sunshine also strengthens the immune system. Okay, number 6, what you need is rest. Okay, rest is necessary for you to feel better and to look better and to renew your energy. I'm a stickler when it comes to coming apart. And I know we're all busy. We have so many hats, but you have to take care of you. Self-care is so important. I was in the hospital. I had an anxiety attack. Girlfriend didn't know she had anxiety issues, but this was about 6 years ago. And this is when the Alzheimer's symptoms started creeping in on my husband, but I didn't know what it was. And being a pastor's wife, I had all these different hats. So I had an anxiety attack and ended up in the hospital. And I was watching Joyce Meyer. They kept me overnight. They wanted to do a stress test. So I'm watching Joyce Meyer on the TV, and her message was, "You are not Superwoman." And that thing just stuck me. And I said, okay, God, I gotta get in the hospital to hear this. Okay. So that's when I started my journey of taking care of me and getting that rest. And ladies, do you know that between the hours of 10 a.m., I'm sorry, 10 p.m. and 3 a.m., that's when the body really starts to repair itself. And so at 10 p.m., if you're able to begin to shut things down, hopefully, and just get in a quiet place and definitely be asleep by 11 or midnight, if you can do that, your body will thank you. Again, 10 p.m. to 3 a.m., that is when the body really does its work. And think about it, when someone is in the hospital, what do they want you to do? They want you to rest. They want you to, re-energize that body. So rest is so important. Number 7 is stress management. And I'm just going to read a list really quick and just, shake your head, yes, if you've dealt with any of this. Has there been a death in your family? Has there been a job loss in your family? Have you had financial burdens? Have you or someone in your family had severe illness or health challenge? Have you gone back to school, or your children going back to school, or your mate? Have you had problems with your children, even the adult ones? Have you had deadlines at work? Have you had increased responsibilities? Have you moved to a new home or a new state or a new location? If you can shake your head on any of these, and I see everybody was shaking their head at one point or another, then that's stress. You're going to have stress in your life. There is no stress-free life. That's just the way it is. But you have to learn how to manage it. How can you manage it? Again, the deep breathing, taking time just to walk away before you smack someone or cuss someone out and do some deep breathing. Laughter. I've learned to laugh. When my husband was in a nursing home, he was in for 2 years, and I went to see my baby every day. I missed 1 week when I went on vacation. They forced me to go on vacation. And my husband, he was only 67 when he passed away. I'll be 62 this year. And a lot of people don't believe it, but that's because of the eating lifestyle that I have adopted. But anyway, when Warren was in the nursing home, I learned how to laugh. I learned how to appreciate the times when he was present in the moment. Even some of the weird things that he did as a result of Alzheimer's, I had to find the humor in it because it could have really stressed me out. So laughter is so important. Stretching, just doing some stretches, getting on the floor and stretching your body, and meditation is so important. Yeah, like what this young lady is doing right now. She's stretching. Meditation, just coming apart and just thinking on things that are just so positive. And something I've started doing recently is called Yo Chi, Yoqi, and it's a mixture of yoga and this other uh, Eastern exercise, but it is so easy. If you go on YouTube and just put in Yo Chi, these exercises are so easy, and it helps to get your body vibrating. Our body is made out of energy, and it gets the chi or the energy moving in your body. And I try to do it every day. It's about 30 minutes. Yo chi and rebounding, those are my exercises. But meditation is so important too. Number 8, you need to handle your emotions. All right. It's okay to get angry. A lot of people say, oh, you shouldn't get upset. No, it's okay. You have the emotions. It's how you handle your emotions. It's what makes the difference. As much as I love wine, I don't use that as an excuse. Like if I'm angry, oh, I'm going to go drink. I'd be drunk all day long. So it's just so important to learn how to handle your emotions. What we think is important, what we say, the people that you hang around, all of that affects your emotions. I have to be around positive people. And with my husband, it was so funny because we would say, I love you, but I don't like you today, so I'm going to go golf or I'm going to go do this, but you learn how to handle your emotions without, going bonkers, because that affects the body, affects the heart. Um, your organs, an example, someone who is dealing with lung issues, that means that they're carrying a lot of grief. When my husband was through what he was going through, I had a lot of pain in my liver area. And I went to see my friend who is a chiropractor, and he does a lot of holistic things. And he said, he was feeling around my stomach, and he said, Adrian, he said, what's going on? There's something going on with your liver. What are you so angry about? And that's when Warren had just been diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and I was pissed off. I'm just being honest. This wonderful man, he didn't deserve this. And I was carrying that anger, and it was affecting my liver. And so your body responds to your emotions. So it's very important to take care of that. And also, number 9, the 9th key to a healthy body is your spiritual foundation, whatever that is. If it's Christianity or Buddhism or whatever it is, it's so important to have that spiritual connection, that you can go and you can come apart and know that there is a higher power, so to speak, that cares for you and is going to bring you through. That's just so important. And number 10, the key to a healthy body is be authentic. Just be you. Just be who you were created to be. A lot of times we put on these hats, and I'll ask someone, well, tell me about you. And they'll say, well, I'm a this, I'm a that. No, those are roles that you play. Who are you? I am a beautiful bald Bella, and I'm going to take my hat off right now because I love me. I am authentic. I love who I am. I'm someone that has a great sense of humor. So So be who you are, and it's okay. It's okay. When I decided to live bald, I have alopecia. So, and I have alopecia areata, which means that there's just various parts of my body where hair grows. Mine, unfortunately, around here, it does not grow. And I laugh, and you can laugh at this, it's okay. If I let my hair grow, I'm like Bozo the Clown because it's just around here. And I can laugh at it, it's cool. So, I used to wear wigs. I spent thousands of dollars in wigs, and my husband would say, well, why don't you try this wig or that wig? I internalized that as you don't think I'm beautiful. And he said, Adrian, I'm just trying to help you, but I can't deal with this anymore. You just have to be comfortable with you. So we were on our way back from vacation in Florida, and I had on my long vacation wig. I was having a hot flash. And we were in the airport, and I saw a picture of a beautiful African American woman, and she had lost her hair to alopecia in 1 month. She had long, beautiful hair. In a month, it was gone. And she said, I am not defined by my hair. And when I read that caption, right then and there, I told my husband, I said, I'm going to shave what's left of my hair and live bald. And he said, Adrian, do you really want to do that? Because people can be very cruel. And I said, I don't care. I have to be me. So I shaved my hair, and my husband shaved his head too. And we had a church meeting, and he talked about my journey with alopecia, and he said, I want to reintroduce to you my wife. And I walked in totally bald, and I felt so good and so free. And there was a man there, and he said, Adrian, he said, I've dealt with male boobs or male breasts all my life, and he said I would wear these bands to keep my chest flat. He is a principal at a high school. And he said, Adrian, you gave me the motivation to know that I'm okay. And so number 10 is just be you, be authentic. And so I'm just going to quickly recap 10 things. You need living food. Try to cut down on the meat, the sugar, the salt. Cleansing is number 2. Pure air is number 3. 4, exercise. Get that rebounder. Number 5 is water and sunshine. Number 6, get that rest. Number 7, stress management. Number 8, guard your emotions. Number 9, your spiritual foundation. And number 10, just be. Just be the authentic, beautiful queens that you are.